All right, so now let's take these exact same ideas, self-awareness, empathy, focusing on the whole person, and let's switch gears. Let's see how they can completely transform the business world and create what we call a thriving workplace. Now, look, in the workplace, you can't just ignore performance. You just can't. But a holistic leader thinks about performance in a totally different way, and they redefine the language we use to even talk about it. So, to really get this shift, we need to break down three key terms that get thrown around a lot and are often misunderstood. First up, KPIs. You've probably heard this one a million times. Key Performance Indicators. These are pretty simple. They're the what? They're the specific, measurable results. Sales numbers, customer satisfaction scores, things like that. They tell you if you're hitting a very specific target. It's the most granular level. Okay, so next we have KRAs, or Key Result Areas. So if KPIs are the what, you can think of KRAs as the where. They define the bigger, more strategic parts of someone's job. So for example, a KRA for a salesperson might be new business development. And inside that one KRA, they could have several KPIs, like number of calls made or deals closed. The KRA is the big picture, KPIs are the little data points inside it. And this brings us to the most important piece of this whole puzzle, VRAs, or Value Result Areas. This is where it gets interesting, because this isn't the what or the where, this is the how. A VRA asks, how did we get these results? Was it collaborative? Was it ethical? Did the process actually support the team's well-being and prevent burnout? This is where holistic leadership really changes the game. It's not just about hitting numbers anymore. It's about building a sustainable, healthy culture. So look at how this reframes everything. Traditionally, a KPI is just a number you track on a dashboard, but through a holistic lens, it becomes the starting point for a coaching conversation. A KRA stops being a boring checklist of duties and becomes a map for making a real strategic impact. And the VRA, which is so often completely ignored, suddenly becomes the most important guide for making sure that how we get our work done lines up with who we say we want to be as a team. Okay, so let's pull it all together now. When we combine these ideas, from the teacher developing their students to the manager coaching their team, what is the real unified impact of leading this way? What's the big payoff? The amazing thing is, it doesn't matter if you're leading students or a sales team, the benefits are basically the same. You get deeper, more authentic engagement because people feel seen, they feel valued. You get sustained growth, not just these short-term wins that burn everyone out. People become more resilient. And you build this culture where excellence isn't some crazy target you have to hit. It just becomes the natural outcome of a healthy, supportive system. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. This isn't about throwing out all your metrics or trying to change everything overnight. It's really just about shifting your perspective. So what's one small, holistic change you can make tomorrow? How could you start nurturing the ecosystem instead of just measuring the height of the plant?